All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at Thursday. Now I've already posted the Astro hours and I've made a few notes on it as well, as New York is going to be a little bit tricky. Okay, but I think it's still going to be a nice day to trade. In my opinion, it could actually be pretty clean and it could really take us to a place where the market will want to swing tomorrow. Now make sure you keep an eye on your swing days as well. Okay, on as you know, gold is Wednesday and Thursday, but you got to put tomorrow also on the cards as well. Why do I say that? Because it's going to be a new moon tomorrow. Okay, so I want to make sure we're on top of the game. Now this is gold. All right. Now yesterday I had a bit of a trade here. Okay, and the daily pivot was here, and the stop was under the daily pivot. This was okay to cover the trade, but then afterwards, the second position, as you know, got stopped out. So once the trade was covered, the second position got stopped out, which was really unfortunate because I did say we'd probably get up there into the weekly, and that's what it did. Now, with this, we've got the impulse wave here, as you can see, and now we've got a sideways market happening here. And what we might want to see is the market continuing to go up. Okay, so want to buy if we come to the lows, but you must be careful for this hour here, which is 1:45 my time, 12:45 on the platform, which is precisely why I've kind of like marked this in. Let me just turn this into another color so we can actually differentiate it nicely. We'll do something like that. Okay. All right, so that's an hour, but so you got to be careful here in this zone. All right. Now this is, as you can see, a bit in the middle of nowhere. The market bought from here before, which is yesterday. If I take that long wick there, okay, this is why the market's picking up there, because of the wick. Okay, and that wick is basically from there to there. So the market, bouncing off from around here is good. If the market still hangs around here until this time, until 10:30 to 11 o'clock my time, then maybe it'll turn around, okay, as there'll be a change here. If it goes up into this hour, then you shouldn't do anything until 1:45, which is around here. There's also 12:15 there, which is 11:15, okay, which is about there, okay, 11:15, which is it's good. I'll mark it in, okay, but I wouldn't really muck around with it until this here, because if we end up somewhere here at the highs, we could have a sudden drop down. Okay, so that's that. Now, because this is already done, I didn't put it in the Astro hours in the members area. So in the members area, you're starting from this zone here. Okay, and that's that. So if we do head up here, be mindful for this. We might have a sudden move here. And if it is a sudden move, it should keep continuing to be a sudden move all the way into at least 4 p.m. And maybe even further down. Okay, so be mindful. Let's take a look at SP500. Now with SP500, remember I said it'll be a flow day. So once the market picks up, you see it, went all the way into those hours, and that's fine. Okay, it's not a problem. Also on our, I said Thursday was a swing day for SP500 as well, which might take us into the Asia session, right? So now tomorrow is a new moon. Okay, so tomorrow is also a possibility. So we just have to be a bit careful. But I did say once the market finds direction, it should flow into those hours, as you know. All right, and that was just like nicely flowing. On the daily, you see we had the breakout, so going up was logical. Also on the weekly, as you can see, that was the goodbye kiss. Market going up is logical. And on the monthly, as you can see, we've still got room to go. As you can see, there's huge divergence here as well. Okay, but never mind. As long as the market is going in the same direction, we're okay. Didn't pull back at all yesterday. So, until proven otherwise, we're still going up. But like I said, it's a little tricky, and I don't like to buy these crazy tops, especially when we can see that the market needs to come back into filling gaps like from down here. Now, because we're day trading, if you want to get in and out during the day, it's obviously okay. What can you do? Then if the market comes down before the New York session, then going up might be an idea. If the market has a sudden move down after lunchtime, like I said, then the retracement might be good to sell again. Okay, like I said, just read the notes I've put in the members area, because if we do have a retracement at one time or another, following a sudden move in the direction, sudden move in the market, then the retracement to carry on the follow up of that move is good to do. All right, it's very much good to do. All right, so that's that. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now, euro dollar also yesterday picked up, as you can see, okay, which is fine. And I did say from the lows we can buy as well. All right, so these are the Astrals for yesterday. Not very attractive. So if you didn't do anything in the euro dollar because it just wasn't doing anything at Astro hours, you would have been okay. We had this target yesterday. If this high was at an Astro hour, it could have been sold. But as you can see, it was just, it's just really going sideways. And this is no man's land. You never know what's going to happen. So if you want to buy, always buy the lows at Astro hours. Or if you're going to sell the highs at Astro hours. And unfortunately, none of those happened. So with the euro dollar, there's not really much to do. But this was an anticipated target, as you know. And that target was what, 49? Yeah, 0804. Let's just see. 0804 is up here. So where did I put that from? 0785. 0785. Well, I'm not quite sure where I got that number, but from the video, I'm pretty sure I would have gotten it from somewhere. Okay, 0785, and that's pretty much done. As you can see, it was nearly done yesterday as well. All right, so what to do with the euro dollar? Well, as you can see, the market is like pushing down and down, but I did say you shouldn't be selling at the lows. So if you're going to sell, you got to wait for the market to push up. Now, one of those push up levels was this level here, and the market came up here, and this, as you can see, is 8 o'clock, okay, which is actually an Astro hour, but you want to keep an eye out for 12:45 on the platform here, 1:45 my time. Also, 9:30 here on the platform, from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. Okay, this zone as well. So this might get a little choppy around here, and that's basically it. Okay, once the market finds a direction, I think retracements are okay to get back in the game. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Bitcoin. Okay, so this is Nasdaq. All right, same with Nasdaq, as you can see there, pushing up into that flow. Now remember, yesterday we had a breakout as well. So any dip down, market goes up. But if you take a look at yesterday's Astro hours, okay, 150 is, let's see, we had what? We had this 10 past 8 was there. Okay, so we had this level. But indices are, of course, as I always say, more often than not, better traded in the pre-session or New York morning session. And this is pretty much it. So what was it? 2 o'clock on the platform. Okay, that's your 2 o'clock on the platform. And 150 is there. 150 is there. So from there, the market, nice and easy going up all the way into those Astro hours I talked about. So what to do with NASDAQ? Well, because NASDAQ can have a swing day any day this week. It might keep going and pushing until Friday. So we don't know. Okay, so what can we do? What you can do is if the market does come back, go up again, keep it an intraday trade, and that's how it is. As you can see, that line I marked in the other day with the MetaTrader 5. Okay, I said this is a zone here. Okay. And if it pulls back into that zone, then going up still at an Astro hour is okay. 62.83 on a price, 17,656. 17,656 is here, and this is where you can see the market pushed up here as the impulse wave. So if the market does pull back into this zone, Astro hours in between these levels, I think it's okay to go back up as an intraday trade, and that's it. Do you want to be selling it? Well, I don't have any levels to sell it off at the moment, especially after that breakout. I wouldn't stand in front of it. Okay, so with the indices, like I said, those swing days are going to have to be on our mind. So either going to be today or tomorrow, because SP 500 is today, Dow Jones is tomorrow, NASDAQ is also tomorrow. So wait and see until we have a decent idea, the decent flop. Standing in front of it is not a good idea. With intraday trading, pull back to buy is the better option. Obviously, you're going with the trend. US 30, same kind of thing here, as you can see. So yesterday I said we had that level, and as you can see, the market really went into there, broke above it, and at the Astro hours we were in that zone there. So the market did make the target there yesterday. Is it still having some room to go up? Well, it can, because we've got that 71, 38,926. It's a bit out there, but doable. 38,926. All right. So if again market comes down back maybe into this zone, I'm going to get rid of this now. This is done. Okay. If we come back, let me turn this into an hour charts. Let's see an hourly chart is here. So if we do pull back again, maybe you can go long again. Where from the daily pivots, okay, to push up, or you're going to have to wait for a lower low, okay, because it's a little tricky here where that lead to this would be there. Okay, so if we dip down into an Astro hour, there's a gap here as well. I don't want to take this all the way down here. Okay, the reason I don't want to do that is because on the hourly, okay, this is where the market broke out. And if I was to take this all the way down there, it's going to be a bit too far out. Okay, that's why. If I turn this into a 15-minute chart, at the end of the day, this is the zone. All right, so if the market does pull back into an Astro hour, before it goes up though, if it goes up first, they'll want to sell it off. So don't stand in front of it. If it comes down first, they might want to buy it cheap to go further up. That's a better option. Bitcoin, as you can see, it's a breakout here. I talked about this level, so I said, better to sell the highs. There were places to sell yesterday, which was here, but as you can see, it just broke out. And this is still on the cards because of the gap here, so I said you need to take caution here. Okay, if the market turns around from here, you might have a head and shoulders, then that'll take us all the way back down, at least into this zone. Okay, so selling the highs is still a good idea, I think. 70 is a target there, 45,573, which will pretty much close that gap there. And on the weekly, if it keeps pushing further and further, you got 49,245 on the cards. All right. So what can you do? This is what you can do. This is how you can play it out. If the market comes down first, you can go up with it. And down 56, 43,561. That's on the PST 43. 561. So if the market comes to around here, you can go long with it. On the daily, 43,960. 43,960 is going to be just there. All right. So this zone is a retracement zone that the market might pick up from. So do it though if it comes down first, because it's already done a few targets. And as you can see, you don't want to be pushing your luck. Okay.